Hey guys, welcome to my coffee talk. So today I have for you 2 exercise tips. First, how to fix strength imbalances, and the second one is going to be an exercise that will help you to build strength for lower body unilateral exercises such as the one leg squat. Then I'm going to give you a tour of my fridge, and we're going to also talk about what's going on this week in the Z gym and what new equipment you're going to need. So let's talk about the strength imbalances and how to fix them. We've been doing some kettlebell workouts recently in the Z gym, and one of you guys, Z gym members, have noticed the strength imbalances in your body, especially when you were doing the kettlebell overhead press. That's when it became really obvious that your I think it was the right side, right hand or right arm was more dominant than your left arm. And you know, these strength imbalances are quite common actually, and you can have up to 25% more strength in your dominant side. That's a big strength imbalance. So you can fix it definitely, and it's kind of individual on which side is going to be more dominant side. Usually for right-handed people, your right side is going to be more dominant side, but it is kind of individual. But you can intuitively figure out which side is your more dominant side, and it will become even more obvious during workouts, especially when you're doing these unilateral exercises. So, how to fix your strength imbalance? You can fix your strength imbalances by doing unilateral exercises. So, one arm is working, other arm's resting. One leg is working, other leg's resting or supporting. So, I'm gonna give you an example of the overhead press again. Let's say you wanna fix the strength imbalance in your arms. Your right arm is more dominant, you can do way more reps on your right arm, your left arm is weak. So to train that and to kind of balance it out, you want to always start training your weak side first. So you would start with your weak arm, with your left arm, and do as many reps as you can until the arm fatigues. So let's say you can do 6 reps of the overhead kettlebell press with perfect form, and then when you feel fatigue and you feel like you cannot do another rep with the proper form, that's when you should stop, obviously. So after 6 reps, you're gonna switch arms and you're gonna do 6 reps, the exact same amount of reps with the same amount of weight on the other arm, on the dominant arm. And what you're gonna notice that you're not gonna go to fatigue with the right arm, because your right arm is stronger. You could probably do way more reps with the right arm, but you will stop there. You won't go over the 6 reps. You will do the exact same amount of reps as you did on the weak arm. This is a really great method in fixing the strength imbalances, and you don't have to worry about losing strength on your dominant side. Your dominant side will still benefit greatly from this type of training. And since we're talking about unilateral exercises, I wanted to talk to you guys about the importance of unilateral lower body exercises such as the one-legged squat for women, because women tend to suffer more lower body injuries such as knee injuries a lot when doing sports or when exercising, because women are built a little bit differently than men. And these unilateral exercises are really beneficial for them to do and to work on, because they will build the proper strength and mobility and flexibility and balance in your lower body. So building that strength is really important. Focusing on unilateral exercises is really important, because in our regular life or in sports, unilateral movement is more natural than bilateral. You're always, when you're walking or when you're running, you always go one leg first. So that's a unilateral movement. When you're doing sports, you have to go from one side to another quickly. When playing tennis or when playing soccer, you have to be, you always load on one side and then go towards the other side. You know, that's the nature of any sport or any daily activity basically. So unilateral exercises are actually more natural. They provide more natural pattern during exercise, and that's exactly what we women definitely, especially as women, need. Some of the unilateral exercises for your lower body would include one leg elevated lunge, one leg deadlift, side side lunge, and pistol squat. Pistol squat is an ideal exercise, unilateral exercise for your lower body. However, if you're not there yet, if you cannot do it properly, then you cannot benefit from pistol squat. Only those of you who are already there, that are advanced and can do pistol squat with really good form, you guys can benefit from it and you should be doing it often. However, you have to build your strength first in order to be able to do the pistol squat or one-legged squat with proper form. And I'm gonna show you today how to do that. So the unilateral exercise that will provide a safe foundation for your pistol squat is the staggered squat. And you can start by standing with your legs about hip width apart. And then you decide what is your working leg. So you're gonna be working on your left leg first. Your right leg goes a little bit behind you with your toes parallel to the left heel. So about there, I'm gonna show you from the side. Just like this. So you can see that the toes are in relation with the heel. And make sure that your right heel is off of the ground, lifted off of the ground. It's because if you would keep your heel, the back heel on the ground, it would cause a rotation in your hips. So you can even try it and see for yourself that when you do a squat in this position with the heel on the ground, you're good here, you're good here, you're good here, and about here you can start feeling the pull towards the back leg and your hips are start turning, and that's not good. So we want to keep the hips straight. That's why we have to lift the back leg, and also that will allow the left leg to work a little bit harder, and that's what we need. So there is not much weight on your right leg. That leg has only about 40% of your weight. 60% majority of the weight is on your left leg. And then you're just gonna do a squat, pushing your hips back, keeping your back straight, chest up, and most of the weight is on your left heel. And then you push off of the left heel and stand up. So this is the exercise that will help you to build strength for any unilateral exercise, including the pistol squat, which I know that many of you just really want to learn the pistol squat, but you have to start somewhere and you have to build the foundation. So this exercise will really help you with that. So if you will come across any workout in this gym that requires the pistol squat and you know that you're not there with your form yet, I don't suggest that you attempt pistol squats unless you can do it with proper form. So instead, I really recommend you to do this exercise that will really help you to build that strength. So now I'm gonna give you a tour of my fridge so that you can see what my diet is mostly about and what it's been about for over 6 months now. So the most important thing in my fridge for me is my veggie drawer. I have one drawer just full of veggies, and I always try to keep it as full as possible. I don't always have a plan on what I'm gonna cook, but I always try to just buy a bunch of veggies, the veggies that I like, and then I tend to search for recipes, and I always find a use for them, because the most important thing for me is to include a lot of veggies into my diet. I have also one drawer in the fridge dedicated to leafy greens, and then I have also 2 containers, storage containers also for leafy greens. And these containers are really amazing. I really wanted to show you these guys because they're awesome. They really keep the produce fresh for a long time. So you know that leafy greens don't really last in the fridge for a long time, or vegetables. If you keep them in these containers, they will last a lot longer. So this is the OXO company. You can buy it in Bed Bath and Beyond, or maybe you can buy it even online. This is what it looks like. They have the filter right here that keeps it fresh. And I have one container dedicated to spinach and the other one dedicated to kale. Now that meat that you can see over there is for our dogs, because we feed our dogs with meat. When we buy meat, we buy high quality meat. Jesse eats meat more often than me. He also eats a lot of dairy products. So all those dairy products are Jesse's products, because he's also on keto diet. So that's a high fat diet. I don't do that. The wine is mine. And what's also mine is the bone broth, because I make myself a bone broth. It's very healthy, it's full of collagen, it's really great for your skin, for your bones, for your hair, for everything. It's really amazing. So I make my own bone broth. I also like to eat whole grains such as brown rice. So here's some pre-cooked brown rice. And if you're gonna look into my freezer, you're gonna find a bunch of frozen fruit. You're gonna find some frozen bananas, sliced Ezekiel bread, because I like to make myself a toast here and there. I have some more bone broth. And this is a Halo Top ice cream. It's my favorite brand of ice cream. If I ever feel like having an ice cream, I go for the Halo Top because it's sugar-free and it's packed with protein. And in the top drawer of the freezer there are beef bones for my bone broth because, like I said, I like to make bone broth at home. So this is how my diet has evolved over the past 6 months or so, or maybe even longer. I used to eat more meat, more dairy products. I cut down on it, so my diet now is more plant-based flexitarian, so I might have meat like once a week. When it comes to dairy, I have a little bit more dairy than that. I do eat eggs on a regular basis, not on a daily basis, but a regular basis. So I don't want to cut out meat and dairy completely because I do believe it has health benefits, but I really focus on high quality products, especially when it comes to meat. I really want grass-fed and organic and locally grown from farmers, from actual farmers, smaller farms, not the horrible farming that's going on that should be actually banned in my opinion. But you know, hopefully it's gonna get there. Hopefully there's gonna be more support going towards local farmers and small farmers and family farms, and the factory farming hopefully is gonna go away completely one day. I think that's everybody's hope. You know, the benefit of flexitarian diet is that the high quality meat becomes more affordable if you only have to buy it once a week. So I would say that's one of the really good benefits of it, and it's healthy on top of that because then you really crowd out a lot of foods, a lot of bad foods with veggies and fruit and whole grains. And it's not that I'm trying to push my diet onto you, not at all. It's not the end-all be-all. I definitely don't believe that one diet is gonna solve everybody's problem, that there is one diet that is great for everybody. I don't believe in that. I believe in bio-individuality. I believe that where you grew up matters, where your ancestors grew up matters, because that's gonna also make a huge impact on how you digest certain foods. For example, I do really good on dairy because I grew up in Eastern Europe. My whole family is from Eastern Europe, and dairy is huge. So I don't have any dairy intolerance. On the other hand, Americans have a lot of dairy intolerances. So, you know, it really depends a lot on not on just your ancestries, where you grew up, but also it will depend on your gender, it will depend on your age, because you're gonna eat differently now than you ate maybe 10 years ago. And 10 years from now I might be eating differently than I eat now. It's, you know, and it's not a bad thing to alternate between different diets. It's really not a bad thing, because you have to experiment with what works for you now in this moment, you know, because your diet might be also changing depending on the season. In the summer you might be noticing that you tend to lean towards more light foods, like more salads and fruits and things like that. And then in winter you might want to eat more meat and more starches, more hearty foods. So, and that's totally normal. So don't feel like you have to pick one diet strategy and then stick to it forever and feel restricted that way. It's not at all. I feel like you have to pick what really works for you, what makes you feel good. And remember that just because one diet works for someone or a whole group of people doesn't mean that it's gonna work for you. And also remember that just because one diet works for you doesn't mean it's gonna work for everybody else. I just think that the one thing that has proven to be not beneficial to anybody is eating a lot of processed foods and junk foods and a lot of added sugar. I think that we all can agree on that. Also, consuming a lot of alcohol is not good. So if you avoid those foods and then just focus on whole foods and then experiment what kind of foods in which quantities actually work for you as an individual. That's really important. There is not one diet that will fit all, and nobody but you will know what does it do to your body. How do you feel? Do you have a good energy? Can you work out? Do you think it supports your fitness goals? So if you can stick with high quality foods and whole foods, then you're gonna be totally fine. That's a great base, that's a great start. And then you can always tweak it to your own perfection so that it really fits you and your own individual needs. So now let's talk about Z Gym. This week's in the Z Gym. On Monday we're beating our personal best in cardio shred workout. We're gonna have new 300 calorie rep workout. That's a bodyweight workout using bodyweight exercises that are challenging, and our goal is to complete 300 reps total as fast as possible. Then we're gonna do legs like a dancer workout on Wednesday. That's gonna be a really challenging workout for your lower body, your legs, and also your core. All you need is a chair or a bar. I'm using this bar, but you can use just a chair for balance, it's fine. And also I'm gonna be using a new piece of equipment for this workout and for the future workouts, like the legs like a dancer workouts and the stretch and tone cardio workouts. This is a yoga strap. It's got a lot of loopholes and it's elastic and it's really soft and nice, and we're gonna be using it for exercises, for adding some challenge to exercises, but also to help us stretch. I bought this yoga strap on Amazon. I am not affiliated with any brand that makes these yoga straps, so just look on Amazon for yoga strap. It looks like this. And if you don't have the yoga strap, you can also use your pull-up assist band if you have that already, but it's not going to be as comfortable. This is your classic pull-up assist band. It's rubber, so it's not gonna be as nice as the yoga strap, but you can definitely use it just for now until you get this one. On Thursday we're doing last kettlebell fits light for beginners. So the following week we're gonna start a new series, but I'm gonna talk about that the next week. On Friday and Saturday we're gonna be beating our personal best for all the routines. There's gonna be some jump rope involved and also low impact full body workout. And Sunday is our stretch and tone day as always. So guys, that's it for today. I hope you're ready to work out with me in the Z Gym this week every single day. Remember that our workouts are short, but they're really effective. So I will see you at zuzkalight.com in the Z Gym. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss any new coffee talks, and I will see you guys soon. Ciao!